Podcast, WATP.
Drew, you watched a podcast that is not an easy watch. Ooh. Unapologetically Angel. Angel Reese's podcast has 143,000 subscribers on YouTube for some reason. And she did an episode a couple months ago with Lisa Leslie. That video has 56,000 views. Now, Lisa Leslie is a former WNBA player, right?
The OG.
The OG.
The first star, I think, of the WNBA.
Okay, if you say so.
I was going to say, is that from you or is that from the Angel Reese podcast?
I'm quoting them.
Okay.
Okay,
I was hoping.
I was wondering about that. Like,
Oh, I sold it too hard, did I?
I don't know, man. I gotta say,
Did you cry when you watched her play? Like, was that Andy Grammer who cried watching the WNBA? Yeah.
it's amazing the ratio of watching the WNBA versus talking about the WNBA. It's completely flipped from every other sport.
No, that's a great point. And last week, I don't know if you heard about this. Who was doing play-by-play, Mark, when she said she's talking about a dispute in the game? She says, that's what makes America great. And there's this awkward silence, like
Rebecca
10 seconds.
Lobo was with Pam Ward.
And then she says, oh, I guess I should apologize or rephrase that. And she goes, yes, you should. Because she said something that is close to Trump's slogan, even though the conversation had nothing to do with Trump.
It was literally about the fact that we're allowed to disagree with each other in this country.
Yeah.
Which is completely to the point. It's just like, yeah, you can be MAGA and other people can be anti-MAGA. Like, that's what this country's all about. And they're like, oh, shit, I almost said a MAGA thing.
And
you better apologize.
Nobody was thinking about that until they had their awkward silence. Be like, why would you refer? Oh, what did she? You know, I mean, nobody's constantly thinking of that.
Well, Pam Ward is apparently because she iced her bad.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. I mean, tons of people were talking about that stupid piece of audio, but not watching.
Oh, you don't think that everyone was watching the game when they heard that? That's why they're putting on it. So I'm watching this WNBA game, regular season game the other day. And
no, Outkick gets it all out there.
Yeah. It'd be funny if you're having a conversation with your buddy and you're like, oh my gosh, he said the craziest thing during this. Oh, I know, I was watching that game. I heard that too. That's never happened.
Yeah.
Ever.
Everything at the bar ground to a halt.
But Angel Reese really, and you'll hear this in the clips too, she suggests that she is just this giant star celebrity.
Yes.
She's even said that, hey, in 20 years, people won't say that Caitlin Clark made this happen. Caitlin Clark and I made this happen because they faced off in that NCAA finals game. And it's like, Caitlin Clark has 20 times the skill this girl has.
Yeah, Angel Reese was on a better team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
Angel Reese cannot make layups. And we'll hear that discussed.
I know that. Drew's the one who sent me that video we played on Who Are These Socials, where the guys were just betting on Angel Reese to miss her first shot, and they did it 6 games in a row and won 5 out of 6.
It was fucking amazing. And their celebrations were getting more and more over the top.
And they won hundreds of thousands of dollars with that.
Yeah, that was a great post.
Yeah, the sports books are going to figure that out soon. They're going to get that bet. They're going to take that one away, I think.
But she really implies she's got these brand deals, and you'll see, especially when we get to the second podcast, that all of these products, every one of them is laid out there. It's like, holy shit, is this a grocery store or a podcast? I mean, oh my God! Yeah. And there's different brands that are flashing on the screen behind her. It's like, I thought it was great to have just, a couple and really focus on them and try to do a good job. No, it's like collecting brand deals is a win now for people that age. It seems to be.
Yeah, and some of the brands, I can't imagine that she's moving the needle with Reese's peanut butter cups or McDonald's.
She calls Reese's Reese's on her podcast. She mispronounces her sponsor. Well, I'm not kidding.
Think about the size of those those companies' advertising budgets, right? That is, she's getting peanuts so they can check a box.
Check that. Correct. Check a box. This is our LGBTQI black slash.
Well, we support the WNBA.
Yeah,
we support them doing. Yeah, it's pretty transparent.
I mean, she acts like she can't leave the house, like she should have Secret Service with her or something. But
all right, let's get into it. Let's start with your clip 1, Drew. Are you cool?
Yeah,
is that a good place to?
Yes, it's the show intro. Where you'll see her like in action. They have clips of her, and then also you see the slogan, which is weird. What they gonna say now? Yeah, you see her pontificating in the clips. And
welcome back to Unapologetically Angel by Pi Pics. We have a very, very, very special guest today.
There's even a sponsor in the first sentence.
I love this set. This set is hilarious. You got 5 things of Reese's. You got 2 bags of Reese's Pieces, like big cups. You got a giant Cash App sign behind her.
There's a McDonald's bag.
McDonald's bag with high C full because I think she's got a meal with them. I think.
Yes. Yeah,
she
we'll get into
does.
that.
Holy
Yep.
shit.
But then she's got a stack of what is that?
Olipop. Yep.
That's
It's like the old Wheel of Fortune where you picked out your prizes at the end.
the showcase.
When you see the whole set, it's much worse. And,
Yeah.
and like Lisa Leslie's picking them up and going, hey, shout out to this guy and shout out to that guy. And then the commercials. Oh, wait till we get to those. Anyway, the second clip, Lisa Leslie has to, of course, stop all the action to tell Angel how proud she is of her, which is just a big waste of time. And then the question that follows that is just, well, you'll know what I'm laughing about when you see the question.
Before you start on your questions, can I just say how proud I am of you?
Thank you.
I really, really feel so blessed to see all the things that are happening for you in your life.
Thank you.
Like, it's such a blessing. I'm so happy for you. I feel like you like me 10.0.
I know. It's like you're my second mom.
Man, you're so amazing. So thank you for having me. And yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it. When was the first time we met? She already trying to get into it. What was the first time we met? When did we meet?
Final Four. You're the first Final
This is-
Four before you won the championship.
Yeah.
Is this possibly a power move to act like, you know what, I'm so much bigger than you, I can't remember how we met?
Right.
Yeah. I like how she was fishing for the compliment about what a great player she was. Lisa Leslie was. That's really what she was doing there.
Yep. Nope. Instead, it's all about her. She's like, oh, I'm glad you recognize the fact that I've rebounded myself. My me bounds. Leading the league.
The next cut, Angel asks Lisa for, do you have any advice for me going to season 2? And you think she go, yeah, I got to work on the jumper, or maybe on the dribbling with your left hand, or pass behind the
Shooting
back or something. But
percentage, yeah.
let's see what advice she's going to have for her.
Going in my season 2, what's some advice that you would give for me?
Season 2, I can't wait to work with you some more. The biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups. We're going to fix that.
This, by the way, is the same advice that Kobe Bryant was given going into his second season.
Right.
Work on your layups.
By the way, just the term layup implies it's very easy. It's a layup. The basket's right there. You just lay it up there. She misses it all the time.
It's the most basic, training thing they do, right? They do the 2 lines and you go into a layup.
Oh, they do training?
I meant men. No.
Eighth graders can make layups. High school kids don't need to work on layups.
Could you imagine if Shaquille O'Neal couldn't make layups? Like that was, he's great from the foul line, but layups he's just lousy with.
Cut 4.
I like that she answered that honestly, though. I really wasn't sure what she was going to say.
I think you should score more points.
help
And
your
she's
team
right.
win.
Cut 4, I just labeled some ball washing. I don't remember exactly what it was, but there's just insane ball washing or clit washing, whatever you want to call
Yeah,
it.
this is about the collab with McDonald's.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, we're here today for a really special reason. We thanks to McDonald's, our friends at McDonald's, to announce my very own meal, Angel Reese Special.
Let me pick it up for y'all.
Period. One of my very first personal achievements that I wanted to do, and of course,
Yeah.
wanted to have you involved.
Your
Obviously,
goal list be amazing.
I had to pick you because you're the OG. I mean, I wouldn't be here without you and giving you my flowers, giving you your flowers and everything that you've done for me outside, on the court, and off the court. Of course, I had to invite you, and the influence of Black women in sports, like.
You know,
That's
I had
you.
to call you too. I was like, Angel, thank you for choosing me.
Of course.
Because that is an option that you have, and you didn't have to do that. And that's
You were
a
the first one I
blessing.
called. I was like, Lisa Leslie?
That's a blessing.
Like, I want all women. I want Lisa Leslie here. She's OG.
It's a blessing. Listen, I'm like, seriously.
How?
Because usually the younger generation, y'all be like, people forget.
We don't forget about y'all.
People forget though.
Nah, I would never, because I don't want nobody to forget about us. Me, hopefully, when I'm older and I'm done, my shoes are hung up. Hopefully, like, they don't forget about me.
But then you got to give back.
I know. Got to give back.
You got to
I'm
give
do
back.
everything
It's
that
just
you're
going to
doing.
be somebody young like you who's like, girl, Angel Reese. Yeah.
What was your reaction when you got the call?
that is a written down question. What was your reaction when you got the call that I picked you to be part of my brand deal? What? They just talked about it for 2 minutes.
Yes. And also, that was about McDonald's? That whole conversation was about a McDonald's meal?
Why it was so special.
It seems like another power move by Angel. Like she's rubbing her face in the fact that, yeah, I got you this money. You owe me, bitch.
Yeah, you're right about that. And I just want to ask, is this available in all McDonald's? I don't know anything about this. Is there really an Angel Reese meal?
Yeah.
So when you're sitting there with diarrhea, think of me.
And the fans, it's like they're like a cult. There's people in the comments telling people, be sure to get the Angel meal at McDonald's.
Oh, God. Wouldn't you love it if McDonald's or maybe even a competitor put up the Caitlin Clark meal?
Yes.
Because have you ever seen that where they have like
Burger King should have the Caitlin Clark meal. That's a great idea.
Or you know how a restaurant or like a drive-thru will have 2 tip cups, like who do you prefer, X or Y or whatever? Do those 2 meals at the same restaurant, see which sells more.
Wow. This next clip is, it's again the assumption that all little girls and little black girls are looking to these people for some some life advice and how to live their lives. So she's going to get into what do you think? What about a little girl that wants to be the face of McDonald's? What advice would you have for her? Which is like, what?
Yeah. By the way, you set that up perfectly. But didn't she also say in that clip that we just played something like that? This was like a lifelong goal for her. Or something. I always wanted to be able to do this.
Yes.
Does anyone want to collab with McDonald's when they're a little kid? I've heard firefighter, astronaut.
I mean,
I don't
the face of McDonald's is a clown, so this kind of checks out.
Yeah,
right?
you're right.
Are all your little girls out there watching for this stuff? I just seem so preposterous, but I hear it said all the time.
My daughters have no idea who Angel Reese is. Just saying.
You're a good dad.
Yeah, you're doing good. Stay the course.
Caitlin Clark. No.
Father of the year.
Any young black girl that's looking at this in our campaign in the commercial, what would you want them to see and say and think about their dreams for one day to come true?
I love that they have role models. I think role models are so important. When you see people who look like you, then you feel like it's something that you can achieve.
Yes.
Are there still no people that look like you doing tons of things? I mean, it just seems like, I don't know. I feel like we're always talking 50 years behind
I was
today.
just going to say, like, this is like 1950s, 1960s kind of talk where it's like, God, there's no black people on television. We'll never have a black president. Like, what are you fucking talking about?
By the way,
all this has happened.
You know who's never had a McDonald's celebrity meal?
Who?
Carl.
A white person.
Oh,
Every single one. I'll go through the list for you. The McJordan special in 1992.
Okay.
September 2020, the Travis Scott meal. That's before
Travis Scott?
That's before he killed all those people at Astro World. October 2020, Jay Balvin had a meal there.
Don't forget the George Floyd special. That was a big one.
May 2021, BTS, the Korean group, had a meal. August 2021, Saweetie had a meal. And Mariah Carey had one December of 2021. Cardi B and Offset had their own. That aged
Cardi
well.
B and Offset?
Yeah, together, that aged well, huh?
Yeah, it was called wet ass pussy.
And
Very wet burger.
and now Angel Reese. So that's it. So
my kids don't feel like they could grow up one day and have their own meal at McDonald's because they don't see the representation there.
yeah.
That's upsetting.
So anyway, Cut 6 is more about little black girls. I don't know. Little black girls must be growing up really fast these days to be thinking about all these corporate things. I don't get it. But anyway, Cut 6.
Okay, you got it.
Any young black girl that's looking at this in our campaign in the commercial, what would you want them to see and say and think about their dreams for one day to
Practice
come
your
true?
layups.
I love that they have role models. I think role models are so important. When you see people who look like you, then you feel like it's something that you can achieve.
Yes.
Am I just watching the same shit over? This content is so boring. And if you read the comments, these people are like, this is the best podcast I've ever seen you do, Angel. It's so boring and just cliche bullshit.
I think they emailed out to a list of a CBD company and told them to get positive reviews. Mark, you were trying to jump on that one before me.
Just thinking that, yeah. Wasn't sure how to phrase it. You did a much better job.
Jesus Christ. I know these shows, because I was listening to this on the airplane over here, actually specifically the one that we're about to check out with Lady London. And I'm listening to this conversation. They're doing it live in front of an audience, and the audience sounds so disengaged.
No, you can't hear them at all.
Platitudes and boring nonsense and talking about how famous they are. Yeah, it's like, oh, what's it like being famous? I don't know what's it like for you being famous. Oh, it sucks. I know it sucks for me too. We're so famous.
Isn't that the problem with these people that do podcasts that don't have a background? They never really think of the audience.
No.
And what the audience is listening to.
It's all about them. And these two, Lady London, who we move on to, I don't know who this is. I looked up. She has barely any streams on Spotify.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
She's a poet and a rapper. She went to.
Well, hold on a second,
that's
Drew.
redundant.
Let me tell you, she thought she was a poet, and then she was told that she's a rapper.
Oh my.
Oh
Lord.
yes.
You know, it's like one of those people who's like, I didn't want to be a stand-up comic. My friends told me how funny I was and dragged me up on that stage. So now here I am.
Okay, so
So modest.
Lady London, we learn of all the ways to get to rapping. She actually has a bachelor's degree in a double major from Howard, and then she got a master's from USC. So let's see how somebody with a master's from USC sounds in Cut 7.
I did not learn nothing about fiscal responsibility in school. I don't know why they thought to teach us triangles and other things. Can we triangles? But yeah, no, I didn't learn any of that. I learned it in the.
Hold on, I gotta pause it real quick.
Triangles?
She didn't learn grammar, but she learned triangles.
Wait, so you can get, we talked about this in our show, you can get a master's degree now and not know basic grammar, conjugating verbs.
She also
double
said she did
negatives.
not learn. I can't even say it wrong. She didn't learn anything. Like, I can't even do what she does.
I did not learn nothing.
I did not learn
You know,
nothing.
and tenses are off, and I'm just wondering, does grammar matter? I'm serious. I don't think grammar matters
doesn't.
anymore.
It
I don't
Doesn't
think it
matter
matters.
in the world of triangles.
Triangle man.
By the way, I have a first grader. She just learned triangles last year in kindergarten. I don't know why you would expect to learn triangles.
All
in
of the
college.
triangles, Mark? All of the triangles?
One of them, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But I just didn't think
I
you get a master's degree without passing English classes.
So, Drew, I heard you guys talking about this on your show, and I didn't have the context for it until I listened to this. And I don't think that if you're fat and ugly, you could speak like this. But this chick's pretty hot.
Yeah.
I saw this woman, and I'm like, oh, this is the girl. Okay, this makes sense now. I can see why she's full of herself.
So people just let it go.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm not correcting her.
I mean, I just didn't know instructors, professors, whatever, just let stuff go like that. But I guess that's what's going on. Or if you can pay the tuition, they don't give a shit.
Well, that actually is true.
Well, I haven't looked at her thesis. I don't know what her thesis looks like.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm speaking out of school right now, but I had a colleague who was a adjunct professor at a university in Rochester, and he was told the students that come over from overseas who pay like 4 times the tuition of the local kids, you have to give them an A or a B. There is no fail. And I was like, oh,
they're they're customers.
They're
now.
customers,
They're not
yes.
students.
They're full tuition.
That was a big change in the 90s. Yeah.
yeah, that's wild. Anyway, let's get back to this clip.
Okay.
I didn't learn any of that. I learned it in the real world, but I will say Howard will teach you how to survive anywhere as far as like the need to finesse. Because every year we ain't had no housing. We ain't got to fight for financial aid. It's like, if you know how to survive here, you can survive anywhere in the world. So I think it taught you like practical skills of navigating the world though.
That's good.
Drew, what did you just say?
I don't know, but that's not what I thought college was about. I didn't think they taught you street smarts. That's kind of what you're
It's actually
saying.
just the opposite.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I was totally distracted by her set because they went to a wide cut. And once again, there's 2 new sponsors that are different from the last one. You have StockX, a local company here, and Sephora. And there's Sephora bags everywhere.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like-
She gives her presents from all the sponsors, and that's during the show. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't really enjoy as content watching people open presents.
No. Yeah.
And I mean, minutes go by as she extols the
Unless
virtues.
it's Jim Shorts.
Oh,
The
yeah,
radio
yes.
for one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with Kevin Matthews. That's a great call.
I'd rather they play strip poker and Reese doesn't play that. If I'm looking at, does anyone think that Reese is attractive?
People do. A lot of people
Yeah,
do.
I've heard that too.
Yeah.
I think she looks like a space alien, but
She's
she
just
can't
too-
because she sucks at basketball.
She's very gangly, but she's
just too
tall,
tall.
and I
Yeah.
think I guess.
Well, her eyes are on different heads. They're so far apart.
Oh, I hadn't really looked at that. That's,
yeah.
That is kind of weird. Okay, question 8. Just imagine that you finished college and someone asked you this maybe 10 years out of college, how ridiculous this question would sound. And this is a girl, again, who got her master's degree and then became a rapper. She had a video go viral when she was doing her master's. But, I mean, just imagine the average college student being asked this.
Coming out of college, did you know like I'm about to be famous? Like I'm famous. Well, were you famous in college or like when you got out of college? it was
Nah,
like,
I wouldn't say I was famous. I was always popular though. I think I was always like well known. And then by the time I finished my master's, it became like a famous thing. And it was weird is I'm still so ghetto, right? So like I still be in the P's. I go to New York and be in the project. So it's like they be like, girl, you can't be walking through here without security. I'd be like, wow, that my uncle live right up like, you know, so.
Does Johnny Manziel ask the average person who graduated college, hey, were you famous in college? He just thinks everyone was famous.
My favorite part is the answer.
Yeah.
Girl, were you famous in high school? I was popular.
I was famous in first grade.
When I was learning my triangles.
You're right. Senator John would definitely say he was famous.
He played well. Didn't he win a trumpet competition?
He
or
did.
something?
Yeah, he's pretty
there you
good
go.
at trumpet and acting, and the list goes on.
Just ask him.
Mark is just a nominal watcher of the Dabbleverse, and Mark knows that.
Yes. It gets brought up a lot.
As
Okay,
it should.
cut 9. This is Angel, who is so famous, and actually both of them have the same problem. They wish they could have a normal life. I didn't think they were this famous, but I guess they are. Cut 9.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes like you want to live a normal life. Like
For
I be want to go
sure.
home and just like be
Girl.
with my family and just like live a
Exactly.
regular life. But it don't
Girl, I
be
be
like
telling
that.
people I'm not me. Like if they come up to me in the airport, like, oh my God, you look like, I be like,
Yeah, no,
why
that's
you
my
be saying I
cousin.
look like that girl. I don't look like that girl.
That's not me.
That's a great way to treat
Do you
fans.
feel like it? But you don't like the change though. Like,
You know what's really odd about that? I just realized is that she just told a story about walking around in the Bronx or whatever.
Yeah.
And people being like, oh, you shouldn't be around. It is a rough neighborhood. They're not saying like, hey, you're super famous. She's not getting recognized everywhere, obviously. But all right.
like if you could go back and change anything.
No,
'Cause I feel like I tell people a lot. Like I'd rather be rich than famous. Like I'd rather just be low key, make my money.
Yes.
I literally right now, like you ask me, do I go out in Miami? I do not go out in Miami. You can
Yes.
ask Nola. They be asking me to hang out.
Yeah.
I don't go out because I like
I would like to literally axe this person.
to just go to work and go home because I don't
too.
feel like I can live a normal life no more. Like I don't want to always have to take pictures.
No
I want
more.
to kick it with my friends and my
Yes.
teammates and my family sometimes.
If Michael Jordan said this, I'd be like, all right, I get it. But holy shit.
And I think people don't realize like we want to live a regular life just like y'all.
Yeah.
And I think just normalizing like we're humans too. And I try to like express that to some people, but obviously everybody don't understand that. But
Yeah.
we normal too. Like sometimes we don't want to take a picture every single day.
You know, and it's not only that, it's the mental health side of it
Yeah.
thing too. Because I
What?
think outside of the fact that we don't really want to go out or we want to be around people that feel familiar to us,
Yes.
it's like we getting attacked every 5 minutes on social media.
Oh my God.
And I don't think when people say things, they realize like the mental toll it may take on somebody you think is
Oh, no,
larger
they
than
do.
life. Like
Mm-hmm.
I can see you.
They're well aware.
That's why they're doing it. That's why they're doing it.
This whole thing where they're like complaining about being famous. Is anyone in this live audience relating to this conversation that they're having?
But I love that you're complaining on it when you have, all these sponsors behind you,
Right.
especially for your McDonald's meal that has national commercials. It's like there's an easy solution to
The
this.
irony is lost on them.
Yes.
They go to the wide cut, and it's like, I just want a normal life.
I cannot figure out who is Lady London. Do many people really? I can't imagine many people stopping her.
I know a lot of stupid celebrities. I've never heard of her.
Never heard of her.
Never heard of her.
No, all right. Don't even ask producer Chris. That'd be a waste of time.
Mark, does she even have 1 million streams on one song, or is it just one song?
I don't think she does. I'll look it up. But yeah,
She has one viral video.
she
She
has
said
one
they got
album.
8.7 million streams, but a lot of people have a viral video.
Well, maybe she's more known for her poetry.
I wish Hawk Tua was more active these days. She could interview her, and they could have a dumb off.
So Pop Ya Shit has 5.8 million streams. That's a big one.
Some great poetry.
Yeah. A lot of things rhyme with shit in her defense. With Dreezy has 3 million streams. Isn't Mine, which isn't her song, just featuring her, has 1 million streams. Other than that, nothing.
And she
Nothing.
really can't live a normal life at all. At all. I don't know. I'm not buying it.
It's a lie. It's bullshit.
Well, the other crazy thing about that is Angel Reese, who will get in front of any camera she can.
Yes.
She constantly says, I'm the face of the WNBA, not Caitlin Clark. It's all me. I won the championship, all this kind of shit. And she just said, I'd rather be rich than famous.
yeah.
She just, I just want my anonymity. I don't know. It sucks being as famous as I am.
It's one of my biggest pet peeves with celebrity. I mean, look at Markle, right? Meghan Markle. They
Right.
just want their privacy, but yet you're also all over the fucking place. So you can't have it both ways.
Someone send this to Trey Parker. We got to get Angel Reese involved
Okay,
in
there
the
you go,
season
yeah.
of South
There's
Park.
got to be a new one coming.
Yes.
Okay, this is really, I thought the commercials were fascinating on this because Angel, I don't think Angel can really read copy. She just talks too fast. Can't understand a word. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's not good. So they bring in this I call her a Caucasian puker. She's like your classic puker, you know, like those radio people from way back. She talks like that, and she just blasts through. And then they have Angel read like the tagline. Oh, but God. I think they're doing that because Angel can't do the full read. But let's just take a look at cut 10. See what you think.
Yes.
Y'all know we love our glam.
Whether it's my in-game glam or night out glam, you know I'm rocking with Sephora to get me right.
Angel, you've been crushing that face card.
Hey, thanks, Nyree.
Seems so natural.
And all thanks to Sephora for getting us through Unrivaled this winter.
What have been your go-tos?
You know I got all my faves. My blush, my mascara, my lip product. And you know what I can't live without? My gloss.
Sephora really has all the hottest names in beauty you can't miss.
Yeah, they sure do. The next big thing is only at Sephora. Shop now at Sephora.com.
Wait, Drew, you're telling me that was a commercial I just saw?
Yeah, it wasn't terribly natural, was it?
It wasn't a conversation between two longtime friends?
I can't make a layup, but I can make up my face.
Yes, they sure do.
Can't understand a word.
Now, this commercial, I think, explains why the puker interviewed her in the last commercial and the next commercial. This is just Angel herself.
Yeah, this is great.
This is the best part, man. I love these ads.
And speaking of heat, we got StockX here sponsoring this episode to bring the heat. You know how particular I am about my fashion, my kicks, my fits, my bag, and accessories. That's why I rock with StockX. They give me access to every release I'm looking for.
Okay, so for the people who are listening to this, they're showing a website where people are clicking on handbags that cost $3,300 and just add to cart. And it gets crazier than that. And she's talking about just like, this is where I like to shop. I like to go on this website and buy $10,000 worth of product that will be shipped to me in a few days.
Did you hear the way she said StockX? I mean, she just threw it away. Somebody, if you were doing this in a professional studio, would say, oh my God, you got to emphasize StockX.
I'm starting this over. This is too good.
And speaking of heat, we got StockX here sponsoring this episode to bring the heat. You know how particular I am about my fashion, my kicks, my fits, my bag, and accessories. That's why I rock with StockX. They give me access to every release I'm looking for. Every time I need to level up my sneaker game or grab a fit that's going to turn heads, StockX is always coming through with the heat. Whether you're hunting for some rare kicks or trying to grab the latest drop, StockX is always the marketplace that keeps you ahead of the game. Plus, their market data lets you know exactly what everything's worth. Hit StockX.com right now and level up your collection. StockX.com. Now you know. Go secure that bag, baby.
Can't understand a word.
Level up your collection of $15,000.
Really relatable.
Who is this for?
I don't know.
Lucy Tightbacks.
Does she have that kind of money? She is Jewish. Well, it's possible.
Commercial 3, the puker is back interviewing
good.
Angel.
Awesome. I love these
Cut
The
12.
best time of the year is almost here for all you college basketball fans. March basketball, baby. Nothing better. Angel, you have good memories from that, don't you?
Oh, let's go. 2023 National Champions, baby, period.
Regardless if we make it to
pauses.
the final game in the tourney.
I love how natural it doesn't sound.
Why are they not on the same camera looking at each other talking? Why are they? It seems like they're in separate rooms.
I was going to say
They did this
is.
at separate times.
I was going to say this is the SNL skit, but SNL is not that funny.
Just thinking the same fucking thing.
This is like original cast. Yeah, this is wild.
Don't you?
Oh, let's go. 2023 National Champions, baby, period.
Regardless if who makes it to the final game in the tourney this year.
Also, it's not missed on me that there's other product placement in the ZipRecruiter.
Olipop.
Like if I was ZipRecruiter, like, can we get the Olipops out of here? What the fuck?
The StockX
Her
shoes.
shit is everywhere. It would take hours to clean it up.
Yeah, you want to pay? Actually, we don't have that kind of time.
You gotta bring in a
One
cleaning
thing's
crew.
for certain. It takes the most talented people working together to help these teams play at this level.
And if you're hiring, you want the most talented people on your team to help your business go to the next level. How do you find them? ZipRecruiter.com.
And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free.
So if you know any talented people.
ZipRecruiter.com/angel. How fast does ZipRecruiter's smart technology start showing your job to qualified candidates? Immediately. Faster than Angel crashes the boards.
ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology works fast to score the top talent, so you don't waste time or money. We love efficiency.
Pick ZipRecruiter to help you build.
ZipRecruiter, it's as easy as a layup. Can we change this copy? That actually doesn't make sense.
That was the 19th take.
ZipRecruiter to help you build a winning team like Angel back in 2023.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
So bad.
Wow. Yeah, Angel is just so credible, isn't she?
And
She
I know
really
this has
sells
been
it.
This has been said to death, but why does ZipRecruiter think that podcast listeners are hiring tons of people at their companies?
Yeah, I don't get that.
It doesn't make any sense. A weird target audience for this.
Especially this show, yeah.
They spend a ton on podcasts.
Oh, yeah. There's a Family Guy bit about it.
Oh.
About how ZipRecruiter's on every podcast. Not Drew Lane and who are these podcasts, but every other podcast.
I guess, yeah.
ZipRecruiter's out there.
Okay, so let's get back to the show.
Okay.
And Lady London, this poet and rapper, and here she has an interesting turn of a phrase.
Yeah, it's all smokes and mirrors. Like you can see something and be like, oh my God, I want that.
Does she think that the term is about cigarettes? Smokes and mirrors?
Yeah.
Like cigarettes and cocaine?
Right.
Yeah, I don't think that was intended. I just think she garbled. It's kind of like, what did the girl say in the other podcast? Garbage fire? Or,
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, back to commercials. One more.
Oh, sweet.
Yes.
And again, this one, Canada stand a word. Cut 14.
Unapologetically Angel Show is sponsored by Pi Pics, America's #1 daily fantasy sports hub with over 10 million active members. We're in the thick of basketball season, and it's now or never to get in on the fun at Prize Picks.
Prize Picks is the easiest and most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. Have I mentioned Prize Picks puts their members first?
No.
So all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure.
Wow. Oh, man.
Are chicks betting on sports? Are they? It's really weird to think that, they're hawking gambling to women watching this podcast because it's all women watching.
When you're done buying a $15,000 Louis Vuitton, head over to Price Picks.
Was that the end?
Yeah, that's the end of that one.
Okay,
It's enough. It's enough.
Hey, they got rid of the product placement.
Yeah, there's nothing on
Oh,
the
you're
on
right.
the
Price
tables
Picks
now.
probably like, yeah, this is bullshit. We're not competing with Olipop on this one.
The final clip, this is really one of my favorites. Angel wants to prove to everyone that Lady London, that everyone, including Lady London, watches the WNBA, and this goes a little south.
Drew, I was so... And listen, Lady London, obviously, I'm in love with now. I was so upset for her that this question was asked. This pissed me off.
It's stupid.
Do you be keeping up with the WNBA? Because they're going to get on you if you don't. They're going to jump you.
Did you hear the miscellaneous? Right.
Dude, this audience, no one in the audience cares about the WNBA.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like, oh, yeah, they're going to get on you. They're like, no, we don't give a shit.
What's
Cancel
the
game. I ain't
I
going to lie,
say I
y'all.
do. I keep up with you.
Okay. Who your favorite? Give me 5 players that
please.
you know.
Please.
Let's see. Let's see.
By the way, no one in the world can name 5 WNBA players.
I can. You ready? Caitlin Clark, Caitlin Clark,
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark,
That's
Caitlin
3.
Clark, and
That's 4.
Caitlin Clark.
Okay, that was 5. You're
I
right.
think she really thinks that everyone watches WNBA and knows this
in
shit.
her-
I don't
in
think she
her-
would
in
try
her
to embarrass
world,
her.
yeah.
And she went to one of her games, so she's like, oh man, she's a huge fan.
Oh, boy. This is, I can't see this ending well. Let's find out.
Let's see if we're going to get it right now. Give me 5 players.
Asia Wilson,
Okay.
Angel Reese,
Okay.
Zaya Cook.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all see me.
Yeah. You got 2 more.
Caitlin Clark.
Oh, there's an
Okay.
edit there.
Oh.
The ever popular.
Jasmine Hill.
Kind of trailed off there. That's a great move.
Would you feed me bad as Jasmine Young? That's a
Oh, someone's telling her off camera.
The audience is trying to feed her the 5th name. And she gets it wrong.
Oh, it's brutal. That's such a dick move
It is
on
totally.
Angel Reese's part.
That's why we do it to Maz all the time. Right. Name 5.
Her questions are so horrible on every show. They're open-ended like, what's the craziest thing that ever happened in your DMs?
Oh,
God. I mean, you really have to think about that.
What kind of views does she do? Did you mention that?
She
views?
does like, I'd say 40,000 to maybe 120,000.
Lady London has 42,000 views.
Oh, wow.
And the Lisa Leslie was 56,000.
It started out
40,000 and 50,000 more than I thought.
It started out doing a lot more
Should
than
be.
that. So
Oh, that's right,
it's
yeah,
gradually
yeah.
gone down to the level it's at. And it seems to be maintaining. And I swear the comments blow my fucking mind.
Drew, I was obsessed with, so as I mentioned, I was listening to this on the plane. So I don't see the visual component. And I realized the audience isn't mic'd and that's going to happen. You don't hear a peep. She gets out there. She's like, hey, we're doing a live one. It's one of our first live episodes. And there's no excitement in the room. I imagine there's like a dozen people watching.
I don't think they mic'd the crowd area at all either. I mean,
No.
it's just so, there's the unprofessional. It's just so unprofessional. It's
They're probably in a
mind-blowing.
high school cafeteria. There's folding chairs.
I mean, for somebody with 28 brand deals, you would think they would have a really solid setup.
Yeah.
And great questions. And the commercial announcer should be somebody who's fairly professional.
Oh, I thought she was great though.
Well, she kind of fit in a weird way.
Who are these podcasts